This week we are joined by Ricin Cakes. We talk about Tiny Tina's Wonderland. We have Anno Mutationem.
Yeah, that.
Okay. And we have Deals of the Month because it is the first episode of the month. All of that and more in this week's episode of the podcast. Roll the intro.
Can I get a bing bong?
Big bong.
There we go.
It was I think my timing might have been off just a little bit.
We try to do it without Green Man.
And
This isn't a two-man show.
it's
This is not a
okay.
two-man show.
I'll be honest, I already stumbled right off that intro, right? Like it's just been weird. So you guys are in for a wild ass ride tonight. Hello and welcome to Next to Nothing, a podcast for gamers on a budget. I'm your host, Danny K. With me, as always, the spooky and the ookily, the Mendacii. Mendacii, how are you doing?
Great, man. Feeling really spookily. The Kickstarter for the tabletop RPG Astro Inferno just finished, and it is Doom on crack mixed with a D20 kind of rule system, and I'm super excited for it. And I get to wait a year before I get it. But yeah, we're feeling pretty great. Feeling good, man.
Excellent. Excellent. We are joined this week by Ricin Cakes. Ricin Cakes, welcome to the show.
Hi.
So, Ricin.
Splendid.
Splendid. Ricin, for the folks out there who have not met you yet, who are you, what do you do, and where can people find you?
I am Ricin Cakes. I have recently changed my Twitch name to the Neon Cafe as more fitting to my brand. I have always been more into playing indie games and working with indie developers. So I have started my own little like indie review thing under the Neon Cafe, but still maintain my username on top of the VTuber username that I have. So it gets confusing for people. But yeah, my ultimate goal is to work with indie devs for news and reviews and just focus on cyberpunk horror pixel type games.
Yeah.
Excellent. Oh, just something I forgot real quick. We didn't talk about this in pre-show, so I apologize for that. Was there something you wanted to mention here at the top of the show?
Yeah,
Related to some news?
like we talked about last week, a very well-known name in the indie game community actually passed away last week. Fami, the creator of Coffee Talk, passed away suddenly, and it's hit the community pretty hard. If you've heard of that game, it's a great game. You should definitely play it. It's got DLCs and everything. It's just a very chill game where you talk to customers and um, get to know them and stuff. And I knew a lot of developers personally that worked very closely with Fami, and a lot of them have been like really affected by this. And not gonna lie, I teared up a little bit. I never met the guy, but I know how hard it is hitting my friends, and my heart goes out to the family and everyone that worked closely with him because when people die suddenly with no explanation, it really like blindsides you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is also featured on Steam's front page. It at least was over the weekend. And they do currently have a bundle for that, which you can save 10% on. And that actually comes with the art book and the soundtrack. And yeah, it's currently just the game itself is $12.99 on Steam. In case you do want to check it out, the art is gorgeous.
Yeah, so obviously our hearts go out to them, their friends and family. Go check out their artwork and the things they put out into the universe, and remember them fondly. So Ryson, thanks for bringing that to our attention and saying your piece on that. Um,
Honestly, it's really cool about the Steam thing. I didn't even know that they did that.
yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
know that either.
I only it only even crossed my mind after you had brought it up to us. So yeah, I saw that and I was like, oh, that's really, really sweet. So he obviously, like sent out ripples with the work that they did. Yeah.
Yeah. But guys, thanks for watching and listening to the show. If you miss any part of the show, you can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and everywhere podcasts are found. If you guys want to join us live, you can join us live every Tuesday on Twitch at 7 p.m. Central Time. If you guys want to be a part of the show, you guys can answer the question of the week. This week we're asking you, did you have a Tamagotchi? Ricin, did you ever have a Tamagotchi?
Okay, listen, I had one, but I'm pretty sure I barely touched it and it died.
Oh, wow.
But I'm redeeming myself with a new one now. I got the cool, like, multicolored see-through one. And my boy just
Ooh.
chilling, bouncing around right now. Happy, healthy,
Yeah.
not dead.
Look at
Not
you
dead.
out there vibing.
He chilling.
Mendacii, how about you? Did you ever have a Tamagotchi?
Boy, my whole family had Tamagotchis, and my brother was always a dastardly son of a gun and would swap his out. Like if they died, he'd just be like, "Yeah, no, this is fine. Look at this is still going." Yeah, God, he's such a shit. But we also had like columns, like high score races and stuff like that with our family. We were big into like columns and Tetris and Bejeweled and things. Just hunkering down around our Sega Genesis together. This is a very gamer family.
I never had a Tamagotchi. I think the closest thing I had was that there was supposed to be one of these like little robot pets, like plastic robots that it just like did incomprehensible beeping that was supposed to signify that it was like hungry or something like that. I never I never got it to work. It like I couldn't make heads or tails of it. So I'm sure the thing died and then got crushed in some landfill somewhere to turn into microplastics. And
It
be
died twice.
it died twice, yes. Um so yeah, no, I never got the Tamagotchis. Um but yeah, I did see that the like Digimon Tamagotchis are back though. I keep seeing one at Walmart because my
There's
girlfriend.
like Demon Slayer ones now.
Oh,
My
really?
boyfriend wanted the Evangelion one. There's like
Oh,
5 of them.
fuck.
There's like a
There's
couple.
Eva
Wait.
ones.
Yeah,
This
there's Evangelion ones. There's like 5 or 6 of them.
So is the Evangelion Tamagotchi just like one of the pods and you're just trying to keep Shinji alive in there?
No, they evolve into demons.
Yeah.
See, I like my idea better of where you're just trying to keep Asuka alive in her little pod.
That's
Right.
what I thought, because when I got the package, it had like a character's face on it. So I was like, oh, cool, you're gonna take care of the character. And then we looked it
Right.
up and it was like, nah. I don't know why her face was there, but it was.
Maybe it was Ava too. I don't
I
know.
think they have a possibility of evolving into one of the characters after, like, you know how you have for those ones, it seems like you have to grow them and then let them die. You can't reset it.
Oh my
You grow
god.
them, you let them die, and then you can restart, and then you unlock like the rare ones.
I
Oh,
just
very Evangelion.
I was just going to make the joke that like you're just raising your own Rei Ayanami.
Yeah,
That's
but
literally
like
that's
100 times.
well, I
Yeah,
mean
yeah,
that was
but
the
like
plan anyways.
but you
Yeah.
can kinda, as long as you raise 2 other ones first, and then it unlocks the other tiers, but not right away.
Right, of course. I love
Like
it.
how fucked would it be if it was the idea was actually that you are Shinji's father and just trying to regrow your wife and you keep failing over and over again in a Tamagotchi-esque. Like that's what I'm imagining right now. That because Evangelion is a series that I think is very difficult to make products around.
Except it's like one of the most. Dude, there's
I
Evangelion
know.
toothpaste and
It
deodorant.
makes absolutely no sense. Like it is not a
It
series
doesn't.
that is conducive to hyper capitalist
There it
product
is.
marketing. And
But
this is
Hell
figures.
yeah.
but this is coming
Figures
from
though.
yeah, but this is also coming from me who like unabashed uber capitalist But like, there's got to be like a point. Like Evangelion is not like that property you can just make toys out of. Like it, like,
Yeah, dude.
That's true. I get your point.
Where's my wall scrolls at?
yeah. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching and listening. That's our question of the week. Let us know in the comments, or in Spotify. We always do the question of the week on Spotify as well, so you guys can let us know there. Or you can also tweet at us at NTNPod and on Facebook as well. I think we are ready to go into our first topic. Ricin, how is Tiny Tina's Wonderland? Is it worth it?
Yeah. Um, I've had I haven't had a ton of time to play it, but the times that I have had to play it, I've had so much fun. Like, obviously, it's a typical Borderlands games, and the gun system feels a little different. Like, there's not as many types of guns, I feel. Like, I'm seeing
Right.
a lot of the same types. Of course, like, there's variations, but I'm seeing a lot of those, like, crossbow things, like, which is nice. But it was something that I enjoyed in the previous Borderland games. Just like, you never know what kind of random stupid looking gun you're gonna get.
Right.
Um, but aside from like that, the humor, the quest lines, and like the story have been really enjoyable compared to other Borderlands games because it's all based around fantasy and D&D, and it leaves more opportunity for things to sorry, that's Tamagotchi. Um, it's so annoying. Uh it just leaves for more creative storytelling when they're basing it off of the Tiny Tina's DLC, where instead of, just the Borderlands universe.
Yeah.
Um I've encountered so many silly quests. I think the one that stuck with me the most was this little side quest, and this girl running a farm or something is in love with some other girl, but she's like a farmhand and the other lady's like, "My station's too high to even look at you." So like she says something along the lines of like, the only way I would date you is if like spotted or a polka dotted goblin that recites that recites poetry were to suddenly appear. And then the quest is to literally go acquire a polka dotted goblin that recites poetry. And then at the end of it, she doesn't even what ends up happening is the goblin and the girl fall in love instead. She just completely
Aw.
ignores the girl that she was going after in the first place, and they just walk off into the sunset talking about how she wants to show her bedroom. And it was just it was something. It was funny. And that's just like one tiny like side quest that you would never even notice if you went straight through the storyline. So like
Right.
the storyline is great, but those side quests are just like so enjoyable and silly and stupid. It's great.
Yeah.
So you would say that there's like a full game's worth of content.
Yeah, and then if you pre-ordered and got it with the season's pass, like you already know you're going to be getting way more of this content anyway.
Right. So it's
And I
not
haven't even
just
gotten through the whole
DLC.
game.
Dang. That's
Yeah.
good stuff.
So, quick question for you, just for like, general information. How are you playing the game? Like, what are you playing it on?
I am playing on Epic because I wanted to pre-order it. It wasn't available for pre-order on Steam. Actually, not even sure if it's available yet on Steam.
I don't think it is, but okay, so you're enjoying it on PC. How does the game run on your rig?
I mean, it runs like a typical Borderlands game. It has that like loading like error thing that happens with all of them, like the texture loading delay. But otherwise it looks great like any other Borderlands game.
Yeah.
Um I'm working with a 2060 and I can play pretty much on max settings off stream, not
Mhm.
on stream. But even in like lower settings the game still like plays well. It looks good. And I don't have any issues with frames or anything.
Yeah. Um, are you playing with friends or are you playing single player?
What I like to do is I like to finish the storyline first
Mm-hmm.
before I play with anybody. Cause like I want like the difficulty of playing. I mean, it actually it scales and is more difficult when you add people to your team.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
But I want to experience the storyline first before I add anybody because I want to take it all in. And when you're playing with somebody, you feel pressure to just like keep going because you don't want to bore them. You don't want them waiting for you.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to play it first by myself, and then I will play it with friends. At least the main storyline, the side quests, like I'll do with friends and stuff too. But I've just mainly been enjoying it solo.
Okay. Um, so because this is like a standalone, separate thing from Borderlands, what's like the premise of this game? Like, what's the story revolve around?
So you have a villain that Tiny Tina has conjured, but this villain doesn't agree with Tiny Tina's methods and is kind of just trying to overthrow her, even though
Mm.
it's literally not possible because she created him.
Bunker
Um,
master.
huh?
She's the bunker master. You can't
Yeah,
say no to
yeah,
the bunker
exactly. But
master.
you have this dragon bro. I forget his name.
That
The
works.
dragon lord. Um, yeah, just basically trying to overthrow her and like turn you against her. Um, and yeah, no, that's pretty much it. It's just like player versus DM as usual.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Um, let's see. You kind of touch on the gameplay. Not as many guns, but like the gameplay is still like very reminiscent of a Borderlands game. Is there anything like majorly different from this game to other Borderlands games in terms of gameplay?
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, you have the overworld, which is like the board, like the actual board that you're playing on.
That's
Um,
cool.
and then you go into different parts of the board, which are more of the worlds.
Mm.
That when that first popped up, I was like, "What is this? Why is my head giant? Why what is where do I go? Why can't I go certain places?" But you unlock things as you go through and you can access different parts of the board. And the board gets bigger the more you progress through the story too. So it's not just like a tiny little area. And I think the other big difference would probably be the class trees.
Mm.
Um, in the past, we've only had like 4 choices, but here in this game, we have 6. And at
Ooh.
some point, you can dual wield 2 different classes, and that allows you to have 4 different ultimate abilities.
Oh my gosh.
Also, on top of having that, there is a new mechanic, which are spells. So instead of having like a grenade, where like F typically would be a grenade, you don't have that anymore. Those are spells. And one of the classes actually allows you to dual wield spells. So it replaces the whole grenade aspect. And honestly, the spells are way cool. My personal favorite has to be the ice spike. It just like one shots things. Like just imagine a giant ice spike just growing out of the ground and splitting you in half. That's basically what it does. Hands down my favorite.
That's killer. Yeah, the previous DLC that came out for Borderlands 2 that had Tiny Tina's Wonderland, that was fantastic. It was kind of interesting having essentially spell effects go off with the grenade, but it overall just kind of felt like like a D&D skin on a Borderlands game. This feels like a Borderlands skin on a D&D game in the best way.
Hmm. Interesting. Um, like as someone who's never played a Borderlands game, is this one that uh is this like a game like I should get in on? Is this a game that maybe like I should play another Borderlands game first to kind of understand it? What would be your verdict on that?
Honestly, I feel like this one can be played completely solo. It has nothing to do with the previous stories, so you don't have to feel like you're playing catch up. It's literally just an expansion on the Tiny Tina DLC from Borderlands 2. Like, it
Gotcha.
perfectly
Cool.
fine as a standalone game with its own story. It doesn't mention anything from the past games,
Mhm.
with certain characters dying and about
Mm,
Tina's life, it kinda leaves a lot of that out, so you
Mhm.
don't feel lost being like, "What? What are they talking about?"
right. There's like not a lot of like references, but I noticed like there's like Queen Butt Stallion and like obviously Tiny Tina herself is there.
Right.
So like that's kind of the one thing that I was wondering is like how many references do they make to the material that came before?
Yeah.
Right, yeah,
Interesting.
but it can just be played on its own. You don't need to have knowledge of the previous games to be able to enjoy it.
Right,
Gotcha.
right. It's still a fun game
Gotcha.
regardless.
So, real quick for anyone that is listening to this and is interested in checking it out. If you're interested in checking it out, you can find it on PlayStation 4, 5, Xbox One, Series X and S, and PC Windows. If you want to play it on PC, minimum specs are Windows 10, AMD FX 8350, or an Intel i5 3570, 6 gigs of RAM, an AMD Radeon RX 470, or an NVIDIA GTX 960, and you'll need a pretty hefty amount of storage. You'll need 75 gigs free on your hard drive if you are interested. So, overall verdict, good game, Ryson.
Sorry, I was drinking. Yeah. I mean, I haven't even finished it yet, but when I got about halfway through how the story changed up, I was just like literally to myself like, "What the hell is happening? This is crazy."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
It was
Oh,
I don't wanna spoil it or anything because it's a
yeah.
pretty big, like, aspect of the game. That side quest thing is whatever, but this is a huge, like, mainline story thing, so I don't wanna say anything else, but it's very
Yeah.
explosive.
Gotcha. Mendacii, did you have a chance to play this game?
not yet,
No.
but it's downloaded on both my PS4 as well as my fiance's PS4, and we just blitzed through like the first Tiny Tina's like the DLC.
Yeah.
It was so good, and obviously like I'm a giant D&D nerd. We're in the same campaign. It's been running for 4 years. And I homebrew everything. So I'm
4
always
years.
4 years from level 1, and now they are level 14. And everything I've written, everything, it came from my blood, sweat, and tears. And every weekend is excruciating to me and soul crushing. Uh, but yeah, as a forever DM, I kind of look for different avenues to be able to enjoy, even just like things that are adjacent to the thing that I love so much. So, yeah, I highly, highly, highly want to play this so bad, but I need time. I need time.
Excellent. Well,
Yeah, you really do.
do we want to keep rolling along here and talk about Anno Mutationem? Anemone?
See an enemy? Yeah. Anno, Mutationem by Lightning Games and developed by Thinking Stars. So it's kind of funny. Our guest actually played this, I think, like a week before I did. And I originally popped in on your stream because I was looking for something new to play. Just because Elden Ring takes so damn long, I just had to stop streaming it. Everybody's playing this game. I want something different to look at. Fuck. And I found Anno Mutationem from you. So thank you, because this game is killer. Um, beautiful, beautiful kind of design with this kind of 2.5D world where outside of combat, you can move forward, backward, side to side. Very beautiful, like cyberpunk esque world where punk's not dead and you have spray paint and graffiti, like neon
Just
graffiti
neon
everywhere.
everywhere.
It's so good. It's everything that I love, honestly. And I'm a huge character action game fan, like Devil May Cry, Bayonetta, Nier Automata. Literally, name anything, I will probably have played it. And I'm so happy to add this to the list because it is so good if you're a character action fan. Just at the top, you should pick this up if you are a fan of character action games. If you like RPG games, it's got literally everything you could need. There is a sphere grid style skill system. So if you're familiar with Path of Exile or Final Fantasy X or several other Final Fantasy adaptations, um, this is, or Pillar of Eternity, I guess, as well. It's got that whole leveling system on top of a combat system that relies on ranged weapons, which can be changed out and modified just like you would in Nier Automata with different microchips and chipsets, as well as a light weapon and a heavy weapon. And there are quite a few different ones. And if you grab the deluxe edition, you immediately get to start out with a couple, well, at least one variation and a couple extra chipsets. And at $24.99 for the base version, or say $34.99 for the collector's edition, it's not that bad. It, like, you know, in a world where all these AAA games are coming out and they're coming out at $59.99 or $69.99, seeing that price point was immediately refreshing. But then actually getting to play something that I feel like I didn't feel like I'd played 2 million times was exceptionally refreshing. The writing is both quirky and fun. The voice acting is fantastic and fun and not overly serious. And the voice actor quality is exceptional. Really, really great folks over there. The only issues that I've really seen in playing the game are, and this is going to sound really mundane, but spelling errors. This is a Chinese developer, so there is a localization team, and it is still fairly new. But like, if you're like me and you have to pick up every single like article or look at every computer screen, you read everything, and it's not just like one or two things. It's like 1 to 3 things per thing you pick up, and sometimes it's a misspelling of a character name. Like even as far as being like the main character's dad, his name's Holtz, but sometimes you read Hots.
We got
Yeah,
hots for Daddy Robot.
yeah, Daddy Bot Hot. Give me them daddy buns. Yeah, it's super good, and I just love the fact that it doesn't necessarily take itself too seriously, but also it just kind of puts you in control of a character that is a badass, and it's always refreshing to not play like chiseled Chaticus uh, in a game, to actually have a different looking protagonist. That's always good. And again, the combat being something that's I would say familiar with range attacks, heavy attacks, light attacks. There are a ton of combos. It's not just you press X, 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 and then you press Y, 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 you pull the right trigger and it's done. It's like literally stringing together combos and doing sick dodges and air combos and down smashes. And dude, it's awesome. It is really cool, and it has a very, very fluid motion to it, just like Nier Automata. If that is one of your favorite games, or as far as character action goes, or if you just enjoyed it, I would highly recommend it. And if you just enjoy like a cyberpunk aesthetic, yeah, you probably should have picked this up immediately. Um, yeah, I really don't have bad things to say about this game. Kind of as per usual, I end up enjoying most of what I touch for the most part.
Hold up, hold up. I have one bad
Yeah.
thing to say about this game.
Ooh, yeah, yeah, hit me.
The corn juice man.
Okay, corn juice, man.
I don't
Yeah,
want his juice. I don't want his corn man juice anywhere
yeah.
near me.
No, the corn
And
juice can
he keeps
stay.
coming back. And he has
He does.
cousins. And
Mm-hmm.
he's got a brother. I don't want their juice. I'm good.
No, no, and to think about corn juice,
What?
corn juice, man.
Where does that
You know,
juice
and
come from? He's made of corn.
he is.
What?
So, like,
What?
you decide.
No, don't wanna.
Squeeze
I
it, squeeze,
I don't want to
squeeze
think
but a
about it.
kernel for me, my dude.
I don't want to think about where the juice comes from.
Oh,
But yeah, like the
okay.
NPCs in this game are fantastic and actually like different, you know? I don't know. Like it's just really refreshing overall and just really fun. And the world is very pretty and I want to literally experience all of it. The company Lightning Games has actually put out quite a few different games and I believe that Anno Mutationem as well as Tale of Immortal is actually being shown off in Steam's I think Chinese developers sale that's either going on now or is about to. So I would definitely like maybe wait just a smidge, see if it goes on sale if 24.99 is too high for you. But otherwise I'd say like immediately pick this up. I'm playing it on Steam, but it is actually also available on PS4 and PS5. I just checked their digital storefronts.
Did
So
you
I don't
mean
know if
Epic? Oh wait, never mind. Just kidding.
nope.
That was the other game. That was Tina. Never mind.
Swerve. Yeah, so yeah, I think that it would probably be pretty hard to find a hard copy. I don't think that they're there yet at all.
Limited Run actually has a pre-order copy for a physical for PS5.
But how much though?
I don't remember. I can pull it up in a second.
There we go. Yeah. So right now, digital copies, standard edition, 24.99. You got that deluxe for 34.99. Actually comes with in-game content and music and art. So it's super cool. Obviously, that is you can play this offline. It doesn't have a whole bunch of dumb bullshit in there, and it is a single player game. And there is most of this game is voice acted, though there is a bit of reading to do, especially if you want to learn more about the world and about the characters, and just kind of leave no stone unturned. I think that that's probably how you're going to get the most out of this.
Ew,
Um,
reading.
yeah, I know, but it was like one of those goofy things where if I didn't actually open up our main character's computer that's in her room right at the start of the game, I wouldn't have known that she even had a family or that she was suffering from a disease. So I highly recommend, perhaps, if you will, indulge the writers of this game and check out the things in there. Um, but yeah, I'm missing something. I know I'm missing something.
I have the collector's edition info. So the collector's edition from Limited Run is $64.99. It comes with, it looks like a poster, a Neko keychain of those little Neko figures that you find throughout the game,
Oh yes.
and the official soundtrack.
Killer, can you send me that link?
Yes, and I also have it on good terms. I have spoken to the developer directly
Ooh.
that there may possibly, perhaps, mayhapsly, be a Neko figure that could be purchasable perhaps in the future, maybe.
Did
Ada, Ada.
did we just get the inside scoop?
I think we
Mhm.
did.
Damn.
Hell
We just
yeah.
got the
This is
inside scoop, guys.
the benefits of being friends with developers. They tell you
Yes.
things.
They will tell you things. That is true.
Um so if real quick, just because I do have specs on hand, if anyone is
Mhm.
curious. If you want to play this on PC, the game requires a 64-bit processor, an operating system, Windows 7 or newer, an Intel i3 4130 or an AMD FX 4100. You need a GeForce GTX 750 or an AMD Radeon HD 7750. And then you're going to need 4 gigs of RAM and 10 gigs of available hard drive space. It's a single player only game, so you don't need the uh, broadband internet connection only to download it.
Heck yeah, man.
Heck yeah.
I would highly recommend this game, honestly. And if you have not played too many action character games or you don't even know what I'm talking about when I say that, this is still a great title. It would actually be a fantastic first title to grab. Just because it as you can see here, like you're going through like a whole training mode and you don't have to worry about, like all dimensions typically, like when you're doing combat, especially not right away. So you just get to focus on doing cool killer combos that look really sick and flashy. And there's finishing moves that you can unlock, and just tons of stuff that I haven't seen because the leveling system is so dense, but also really easy to understand and follow and learn. So yeah, go get this game, and also perhaps buy a cute Electro Neko statue when they come out. Wink.
Did you use a mouse and keyboard or did you use a controller to play the game?
Oh, I'm a controller scrub for sure.
Okay, so then I do have one negative thing to say about it. The
Yeah,
keyboard mapping for the game is keyboard only, and it's a little chaotic.
that
Um,
does sound
you
weird,
you have to
man.
push like 7 buttons at once. Like you have the WSID to move, then you also have J, K, and L for attacks,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have O to block, and then you have U to use your gun.
What?
And you know how you have like the combo moves where you have like your
Yeah,
sword, you can do the dashes. That gets really
I was gonna say
messy.
there are directional inputs with attacks
Yep, and that
that
gets
you
really
can do.
messy with the keyboard. And like my
Yeah,
hands ended up cramping up because like, you know, I'm only pushing these few keys and like keeping my hands on the keyboard constantly. That would be the only negative thing I would say, but you don't have to play it with a keyboard.
unless you're an octopus, then I imagine that you'd probably have a really good time using a keyboard for this game.
Yeah, probably.
So
I
grow
got
some
used to
tentacles.
it, but it wasn't great to start out with.
It was a curve.
Yeah.
I say it's a game on keyboard and mouse for people with 6 fingers.
Oh, no,
Per
no
hand.
mouse, just keyboard.
Just keyboard, six
You don't
fingers.
ever touch the mouse, just keyboard.
Gotcha.
6 fingers, each hand, one keyboard, you, and the destiny of the cyberpunk future.
Excellent. Anything else on Anno that you guys want to talk about?
Solid,
Nah, I'm
man.
pretty sure everything was covered.
Boom, like a blankie.
You
Put it to
guys,
bed,
Yeah.
boys. Yeet!
damn, Mendacii.
I
That
agree
was.
with everything.
Can we go on ahead and just clip that for future discussions? Just I
Yeah,
agree
sure.
with everything,
Oh no.
Yep.
guys. We're having a real serious debate on bone in versus boneless wings. Ricin, what do you think? I agree
I
with
agree with everything.
I don't know how to sit on a fence, man.
um yeah, so we're gonna keep it short this week, so let's go on ahead into deals of the month.
Deals of the month.
If you guys are looking for some good savings on your gaming addiction this month, here are some things you can pick up, starting with Twitch. And Ricin, Mendacii, feel free to chime in with anything if you think this is something definitely worth picking up or checking out.
Oakley
Uh,
dokley.
So starting with Twitch Prime, which of course, if you have Prime, was it Prime with gaming now? Don't forget that you can connect your Twitch account and get a free subscription every month, and go spend that on the Neon Cafe.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, so the free games you get this month: Galaxy of Pen and Paper, Nanotale Typing Chronicles, Monkey Island 2 Special Edition LeChuck's Revenge, which I think
Yeah.
I've seen the Monkey Island 1 and 2 both on Amazon Prime Gaming a few times.
I haven't heard the name Monkey Island since Adam Sessler was on X Play. I'm sure it's still
That guy
good.
must be like 80 years old by now, right?
I'm 80 years old, Bryson.
Oh,
What
same.
is G4?
Yeah. I'll take that for
Resurgence.
500. Yeah.
Guild of Ascension.
I've
And
heard.
one that I know, I'm trying to remember which of our guests has talked about this game. I want to say it was Pax from the Brotakus. Turnip Boy commits tax evasion.
It was, and that game is beautiful.
Holy shit, was I right on Pax?
Yes.
I have a photographic memory. I am like Sean Spencer from Psych. Guys, get on my fucking level.
Does photographic memory work for audio?
Right. Audio graphic memory, Danny. Audio graphic.
Moving on to Epic Games, starting on April 7th and ending on April 14th, you can get Rogue Legacy and The Vanishing of Ethan Carter. 2 games that they are putting out next week on April 7th. Humble Bundle, which of course we are Humble Bundle affiliates, so take everything we do with Humble Bundle with a grain of salt. Realize that we do have financial incentives to promote Humble Bundle, all transparency and such. Europa Universalis is on Humble. The bundle is running until the 13th of April. Pathfinder First Edition bundle will be running until the 9th of April.
Yoink. Took all that. Thanks. That comes with a hardcover copy, by the way. So if you spend $35, yes, if you spend $35, you do you still have to pay shipping and handling, but it takes you to the Paizo site. You type in your information, and they will send you a hardcover copy of the first edition of the Inner Sea World Guide, and that is a campaign setting for the entirety of Galarian. It has a ton of killer information, and if you were looking to maybe start a Rise of the Rune Lords or Return of the Rune Lords campaign, that book is essential to DMing and a great resource for your players. And that's only $35. That's literally not even the price of that book. Plus, I think 39 other PDF documents, including the character portfolio and the heroes beginning box that comes with pre-made characters in case you're brand new to TTRPGs or the Pathfinder system.
Excellent. And then the last thing I wanted to mention with Humble Bundle was and this one I think is ending pretty soon here. Yeah, it ends in 2 days. The Greatest Hits sale with titles up to 90% off. Taking a quick peek, and I posted a link to you, Ricin and Mendacii, if you guys want to take a quick look and see if there's anything you want to point out. I see that some of the Mafia games are up to 67% off. So if you want to pick up Mafia 3, Age of Empires, and then I also saw, I believe, some Destiny 2 stuff to kind
a
of
whole bunch. I'm seeing Witch Queen, the Dead Legacy collection, the Forsaken pack, Shadowkeep, the whole thing.
I've heard good things of RimWorld. Don't give any of your money to the people behind Detroit Become Human. Fuck those guys. But hey, Outer Worlds, you played that.
But I bought that game and played it for the first time like a month ago.
Oh boy.
And I'm pretty sure my community was convinced that I hated Connor because I think I killed him 4 times.
Ooh.
By accident. By
Whole bunch of
accident.
different Connors, huh?
I even got that rare instance where I got what's his name, Hank, to shoot Connor.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah.
They actually have 2 other games by that developer in this sale, which is kind of strange. Eyebrow raise.
Wait, I'm sorry. Did they do something terrible?
Oh yeah, tons and tons. But yeah, they also have their Beyond Two Souls game and Heavy Rain. So yeah, I'd highly recommend just do not even indulge. But hey, Resident Evil fucking 3 and 2, tons of that. That's good stuff. Age of Empires is fun.
Yeah. So yeah, if you are interested in any of those, that is on sale on Humble Bundle. Link. I'll put that in the Twitch chat right now, and we'll see if we don't tweet it out as well. Moving on to Fanatical. 3 of the bundles they have going on right now. They have the Build Your Own Hidden Gems starting at $1. They have the Build Your Own Slayer starting at $5, and then Build Your Own Platinum Collection starting at $10. So check those out. Check out some bundles. See if there's anything that you're interested in picking up there for the cheapy cheap. Mendacii, what's going on with PlayStation?
Hello. Man, PlayStation is crazy as always with their 1,087 games on deals for their spring game deal, yada yada. But hey, if you just want to listen to what I have to tell you to buy, then do that. Ghost Tsushima Director's Cut is on sale for $49.69 if you want that. I would highly recommend just grab the normal version that came out. It's probably cheaper because it still looks pretty. Sekiro Shadows Die Twice is 50% off at $29.99, though you could probably find a physical copy for much cheaper. Spider-Man Miles Morales for the PS5 and PS4 is $29.99. And then, you know what? Let's just go ahead and tell you guys to maybe play Lost Judgment, unless you haven't played Judgment yet. But hey, Lost Judgment's 45% off at 38.49. So maybe go check out the other 1,084 games that they have on sale. Would we like to go and talk about Nintendo?
Is there anything on Nintendo?
Yeah, there is. There are 4 things on Nintendo.
Oh boy.
So we have 4 sections of deals and sales for Nintendo's eShop. One is games by 11-bit studios. The other is some Ubisoft titles. I'll give you a free Ubisoft title if you can guess any of the Ubisoft titles that are on there. Oceanhorn 2, which I don't know what Oceanhorn is, but that's there, and Sega games. And it's not just new Sega games, it's older than dirt Sega games as well. But hey, Children of Morta is on sale again, or maybe still, and you should go and check that out. Moonlighter is also on sale. There is a free demo for you to check out, but the game itself is $5, or you can get the complete edition, which is $5.79. That's 80% off. And then they have a DLC that's also $3.50, like $3.50. Super, super great game for literally no monies. But yeah, Ubisoft is, you name the Assassin's Creed game or main character, and they're here, including that one that was supposed to be an Assassin's Creed spin-off game, but then turned into Immortals Phoenix Rising. That's there. And then, you know, some Garbaggio. Or Oceanhorn 2 Spring Adventure Sale, you get 35% off if you already own Oceanhorn 1. Otherwise, Oceanhorn 2 is 25% off, which I thought was kind of neat. I've never seen them do like extended sales if you already own a game. So going into the Sega Spring Sale, it shows a picture of Shin Megami Tensei 5. It shows Joker, specifically from Persona 5 Royale, and then Sonic and Monkey Ball, or Super Monkey Ball. So they have a giant Sonic bundle that's 50% off at $29.99. Sonic Mania in there for $10. Persona 5 Strikers for $34.99. Some kind of random games, a whole bunch of Super Monkey Ball, some Sonic Racing, and then it gets weird, like all the way back to Columns 2, which I oddly enough brought up earlier in the show. A ton of legacy games, including Shinobi for the Sega Genesis, all the OG Sonic games, and then Valkyria Chronicles 4, and also I think a remaster of the first one, and then a whole bunch of 3DS games like Shin Megami Tensei 4 or Soul Hackers, which is kind of weird after their eShop for the 3DS went down, I think, last week for literally no reason at all, and no explanation. So I don't know. Maybe this is them trying to make good on some of the games that you can literally only get on the eShop because they didn't do a hard Western release. But yeah, that's it for Nintendo. I would definitely go check that out if you're looking for something new to play on your Switch. So moving right into Xbox. Xbox taking it a lot lighter and easier to get through. They have 120 games on sale right now, and that goes all the way from OG Xbox with Time Splitters all the way up into NBA 2K22 being a cross-gen digital bundle. So it does not matter what gen you have, it's $23.99, which is pretty nice. The Metro Redux package is at $449 in case you caught Danny playing through Metro and you decided, hey, I want to check that out sometime. Now's your chance, dude. Less than $5. A personal favorite of mine from Grasshopper Games, Killer is Dead, from the Xbox 360 era, $3.99. Fantastic character action game, wild storyline. You should really, really check that out. Otherwise, BioShock is on there. Back for Blood is 50% off at $29.99. A personal favorite RPG is Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning, the Fate Edition. That's on there for 50% off at $24.74. and just a mess of other things, y'all. You should really go and give those a check, but those were some of my personal favorites.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Anything else that we wanted to talk about, mention in terms of deals of the month?
I think that is the Sim sale still going on in Steam?
I haven't checked what's going on with Steams in a bit. It might be.
Okay,
Let me double
I
check.
feel like it is because I picked up a ton of games off of that, including grabbed Disco Elysium's director's cut, which is like fully voice acted and absolutely amazing. Weird West also just dropped. I think that might have been in part with the Sim sale. But yeah, let's see here.
I was on Steam earlier. I didn't see anything about. You mean like simulation games or like The Sims?
No, not like The Sims, but
Oh, like
things
okay,
like
yeah,
Prey and
yeah. No,
like
I think that
Deus
sale
Ex.
ended. I'm not seeing it anymore.
Dang. Yeah, there was a ton of stuff on that sale that was just splendid. Oh yeah, like Death Stranding I think was also on there.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a wild one.
Um.
Yeah, it seems like it's the Lego sale now. Like the
Yeah.
one that they're
Yay.
featuring.
Legos.
Yeah, because the Skywalker Saga Lego Star Wars game just came out. Um.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, excellent. If that's all there is for deals of the month, let's go ahead and wrap up the show. How's that sound?
Beautiful.
Excellent. Miss Ricin Cakes, thank you for joining us on the show. For the folks out there who missed the top of the show and were not properly introduced to you, who are you? What do you do? Where can people find you? And what do you have coming up next that people should be looking out for?
Well, okie. So I am Ricin Cakes. I run a channel, The Neon Cafe, which is also my website for indie game news and reviews. I mainly focus on indie games. I do play some bigger titles as well, but I love to work with indie developers on um, showcasing their games and getting more in depth and into that world. And I mostly focus on cyberpunk type games, any genre. Cyberpunk and horror is my thing. Um, in terms of things coming up, there are some things. There for the month of March and April, there was like a ton of games coming out. Like I couldn't even keep up. There,
Yeah.
there was at least like 6 games alone in March that I wanted to play, and like 2 of them came out on the same day. So that was fun. um, but for coming up, I think I have Expedition Zero. It's a game that just dropped. It's some like horror type survival game thing. Um yeah, it was actually published by Tiny Build. So I thought it would be cool to check it out. Um aside from that, I don't really have too much coming up aside other than my indie game backlog, which is about 20 games long. So that's fun.
Whee!
And I have packs at the end of the month, which I'll be doing demos and interviews with devs as well as just, chilling.
Get yo sleep, mama.
Mendacii, what do you got coming up?
Ayo. So, Friday, toss up in the air. Maybe I'll go play some more Anno Mutationem. Maybe I'll check out Weird West. Maybe I'll start a racing career with Brent of Podcast for Two People, my other podcast. Or perhaps I'll just sleep, which has been the option lately as I've been stuck on this like 60 plus hour work week extravaganza for like the past, I don't even know how long. Knowledge is suffering and so is existing. Saturday, however, is when it's like super cool. Saturday is kind of like a fun whatever, what have you in the afternoon. But the evenings of Saturday are always Monster Hunter Rise with the homies and our community. So you should really join us for Hunter Day. And just, you know what? If you're brand new to the game, I would love to just run some hunts with you, maybe teach you some new weapons, some new tech, and some good times should be had. I always go back to Thursday. Thursday, I typically keep open for an indie game, so I might try to slot Anno there? Question mark. Unless I can find something else to kind of fit that time slot so that we can get some new eyes on an
You know
indie
what?
title.
I actually might have something for you because I just remembered a game that I've been waiting for years is coming out in 2 days.
Girl.
Chinatown Detective Agency. It is
Oh
a
shit, that sounds
cyberpunk pixel
dope.
game, and it comes out on the 7th.
Oh my god.
Yep.
You are my guardian angel. Thank you so much for
If
showing
if
me
it's cyberpunk
Anno
and
and
pixel
this.
and neon, I already know it exists.
Oh my god.
I scour the internet for looking for devs putting out any games that have anything to do with cyberpunk
You
or
This looks
pixel.
so dope. This looks so dope. April 7th.
Yep.
April 7th. So yeah, I guess Thursday, that's what we're doing, y'all. Chinatown Detective Agency.
hell yeah.
Oh man.
I'm right there with you. I didn't even realize there was a release date. They just announced it not even a month ago. And I was like, how did I not see this?
Bless. Bless.
Nice. Anything else, Mendacii?
You know what? We're probably going to be doing a new episode for podcast for two people this week. Between cars exploding and the sky never ceasing to cry upon us, we're going to try and record something a little strange for you. So definitely be watching your podcast feed so that you can have us two people talk to you two people about some movies.
Excellent. Um,
The Nick Cage movie.
Girl, it might be.
Oh no.
He's
He-
always watching.
he is always watching, right there in the corner. Um, coming up for me, hopefully, this is a big hopefully. My schedule is back to normal after my vacation. And then last weekend, me and my girlfriend had a health scare that required me to be away. So hopefully this week things will go back to normal. I plan on streaming Saturday at noon and Sunday at noon. Saturday I'll be doing some Hunt Showdown, and then Sunday we'll be chilling with some Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. So come on by and bullshit with us during that time, and hopefully you guys will have me a little bit more consistently um, in the future. Otherwise, you guys can keep up with me at Danny K, DANIECAE. I have a lot of spicy takes there on all sorts of things: music, politics, philosophy, life, movies. You guys can find all sorts of spicy takes there. Go on ahead and stop by my Twitter. And then also, just like as a heads up, guys, we have a lot of stuff coming down the pipe for the podcast. So make sure you guys do follow us on the on Twitter at NTN Pod, and also follow us on Facebook if that's your preferred place to hang out. But yeah, we have a lot of cool stuff coming down. We are looking at expanding the show to like get it out to more people and make it a little bit more easier for people to find us. So stay with us there, and yeah, that's really all I've got to plug. And I think that's just gonna wrap up the show. So thanks for watching and listening. You guys' time is always appreciated with us. Of course, we're not just interested in your time, though. We want to hear your thoughts and opinions on everything that we talked about, or on the question of the week, which is, did you have a Tamagotchi? You guys can drop comments on YouTube, and you guys can also leave comments on Spotify. At least answer the question there in Spotify. Yeah, if you guys missed any part of the show, you guys can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and everywhere podcasts are found. If you guys want to catch us live, you can find us on Twitch at 7 p.m. Central Time every Tuesday. If you guys like what we do, drop a like or subscribe and ring that bell. It helps us out a ton on YouTube. It really does. But if you guys really do want to take it to the next level, like that top tier, like that top tier of like supporter that like everyone wants to be at, it's really easy.
The
Good,
spicy
good.
cool people
The
tier.
spicy cool
The
people
good,
tier,
good.
the good. All you gotta do is tell your friend. Yeah, if you want to make it to the spicy top tier, all you gotta do is tell a friend. That's all. It's so easy.
And your mom. And your pets.
And your mom. Yeah.
Introduce me to your mom. What's up? How you
Also, I
doing?
want your dog to listen to us because I love your dog.
Yeah. Yeah, I want I
Good
want
boy deserves it too.
I want to see if the doggo ears perked when they hear Mendaci's voice. Uh, you know, and do like
Hi, pupper.
the cute little head cock to the side. But
Aside,
guys,
food.
Treats?
treats,
Treats?
treats, toy. Guys, until next week, stay safe, stay healthy, keep fighting the good fights, and we'll talk to you guys again next week. Goodbye.
Punk's not dead.
Bye. Thank you for having me.